This is arguably the most iconic road in North America. This episode is about experiencing some of the best that Montana's Yellowstone country has to offer. Located in the south central region of Montana, we spent 4 days exploring this area, and maybe I can point you towards some incredible experiences to have if you come here to ride the Beartooth Highway on your next road trip. After a morning changing tires in Billings, we rode down to Red Lodge to start our long weekend exploring Yellowstone country. We chose to stay in a camping cabin at the Lodge KOA Journey just outside of town so we could shower, do laundry, and reset for the next few days. I've stayed at a lot of KOAs, but this KOA Journey was the most meticulously kept I've ever seen. The owners really care about this place and their campers, and it shows. We rolled into town to find dinner at the One-Legged Magpie, a relaxed, locally owned restaurant. They had a wonderful selection of zero-proof cocktails, perfect for us so we can safely ride back to camp, and they were delicious. Their menu rotates with the seasons and supports local growers and ranchers. It was, hands down, some of the best food we've ever had.
It's probably the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Red Lodge is the gateway to Yellowstone National Park and the Beartooth Highway. Its historic downtown is filled with locally owned shops and farm-to-table dining experiences. You'll also find plenty of accommodations, entertainment, and shops to help you prep for the world-class outdoor recreation opportunities that surround the town.
Good morning, beautiful people. From Red Lodge, Montana, we stayed at the lovely Red Lodge KOA Journey just outside of town. It was about 10 minutes drive, which made it perfect for when we went to dinner last night at the One-Legged Magpie, which was...
That was so good.
The food. Incredible. We fueled up at Cafe Regis, a relaxed local restaurant for hearty American breakfast and lunch plates. We didn't know why everyone was sitting outside until the waitress told us to go look at their organic garden, where they pull many of their ingredients. The quality of their ingredients definitely reflected in our delicious breakfast.
The Absarokee Loop Scenic Drive is a 40-mile route that winds through the quiet valleys and foothills of the Beartooth Mountains. The route follows a series of paved and gravel roads through small towns like Absarokee, Nye, and Fishtail.
I've never been to this pocket of Montana before, and the landscape was more than I expected. When we got to Absarokee, we stopped in at Agape Gifts, a little consignment shop featuring local artists, Montana's Wilcoxon's ice cream, and huckleberry products. We picked up some cute presents for our mom before we continued on. The gravel road between Absarokee and Nye was a ton of fun, and it follows the Stillwater River. And on either side, it's fringed by these large volcanic and sedimentary rock formations that were so cool. If you plan on doing any kind of exploring out here in the backwoods, You need to save Nye Trading Post on your map because it is a crucial restocking and gas stop at the end of the road. One of our last stops for the day, we rolled into Fishtail, which is the cutest little tucked away town. We stopped in at MontAsia for a late lunch. MontAsia is a family-owned spot with a mix of Asian dishes and burgers, along with a full bar and pool tables. We had some delicious butter beer and a gorgeous yak curry, which was incredible.
Around the corner is the Fishtail General Store, which was built in 1900 and is a cornerstone of the community here. This was a perfect spot to pick up some snacks before we headed to camp for the night.
From Fishtail, we rode into the alpine area of East Rosebud Lake, surrounded by incredible mountain views. Rolling in, I couldn't believe that we could ride all the way into this place. It looked like some place that you needed to hike into. The East Rosebud Campground is first come, first serve and has safe bear food storage. Since we're in grizzly country, we picked up bear spray from the Fishtail General Store. Bear spray should always be accessible and not buried at the bottom of a bag.
Camping in bear country is restricted to established campgrounds that provide bear-safe food storage. Absolutely all smellables, including food, cooking utensils, trash, and toiletries like toothpaste, shampoo, lip balm, and even sunscreen, must be locked securely inside the provided storage lockers whenever they are not actively in use. Never leave them unattended on a table or in a tent. Lastly, never sleep in the same clothes you wore while cooking or preparing food. Food odors easily cling to fabrics, creating a scent trail that can attract curious wildlife directly to your tent.
Good morning, beautiful people, from East Rosebud Campground, just above East Rosebud Lake, and we are surrounded by just spectacular mountains. The ride in last night was incredible. Watching the sun hit the mountains was just so beautiful. We've had some tea and coffee, and we're going to pack up and head down to Red Lodge for their farmers market, which I'm super excited about. I love supporting local food. Red Lodge's downtown commercial district is on the National Register of Historic Places, and looking at it, you know why. Red Lodge is also home to the Yellowstone Wildlife Sanctuary, providing lifelong care to wildlife from the greater Yellowstone ecosystem that are unable to survive in the wild because of various injuries. Like Mika, who was hit by a car in Wyoming, resulting in the loss of her right hind leg. But she's so cute. We made a quick stop at Rocky Mountain Market to get snacks and SD cards. This place is a specialty shop focusing on locally sourced food and regional Montana products. Before we headed into the mountains, we stopped in at Red Lodge Pizza Co. for lunch, where they make every pizza from scratch. And look at this cheese pull. That's great. I can't even fit it in frame.
Beartooth Highway US Route 212 is a spectacular 68-mile scenic drive connecting Red Lodge to the northeast entrance of Yellowstone National Park. America's most beautiful drive features sweeping switchbacks, alpine tundra, and glacial lakes, cresting at 10,947 feet at the top of Beartooth Pass. It's on the list of all-American roads, noted for its unique one-of-a-kind features that do not exist elsewhere. It should be on every motorcyclist's bucket list. Because of extreme weather and heavy snowfall, the highway is only open for a short window every summer. Road conditions and closures can change rapidly, so it's important to check the Montana Department of Transportation for updates.
Most of the campgrounds right along 212 were closed due to bear activity or high snow line during our visit, but we found a spot at the Lake Creek campground that also had bear-safe food storage containers. In the morning, we packed up and headed to the Top of the World store, located at 9,400 feet. This is the main stop on the Beartooth Highway for snacks, drinks, and souvenirs. From there, it is an epic descent down into one of Montana's coolest hidden gems, Cook City.
Our first stop in town was the Cook City, Montana Museum and Visitor Center, to get a look at how rugged this place's history is. Cook City was a part of a string of former mining camps established in 1874. Today it survives as a remote year-round mountain outpost and base camp for outdoor adventures.
We had lunch at the Prospector restaurant located on the first floor of the Soda Butte Lodge, where we had some comfort food before walking through town. Then some locals told us that we needed to head to nearby Silvergate to the Stop the Car trading post, specifically to get their ice cream. They are a family-owned small business that sells unique handmade gifts and ice cream and milkshakes, and it definitely lived up to the hype. Back in Cook City, we checked into the High Country Motel and Cabins. We opted for one of the cabins because having a private space with no shared walls was luxurious after a few nights in tents. One of the cool things about Cook City is that everything is within walking distance, so once you take your boots off for the day, you don't have to put them back on to explore town.
We were going to grab breakfast at Cook City Coffee because we heard great things about them, but a big windstorm took out the power during our visit. So we wandered over to the Cook City General Store, which was built in 1886 and is on the National Register of Historic Places. We grabbed everything we needed to make lunch for the day, since we were officially heading into Yellowstone National Park.
We rode through the famous Lamar Valley, surrounded by world-class views of abundant wildlife.
Yellowstone traffic jams are completely unique. So bring your patience, and if you're riding through on a bike, remember the golden rule. If you ever encounter wildlife on or near the road, stay 2 bus lengths from any bison and 8 bus lengths from bears.
We pulled off at one of the park's many picnic areas to eat the lunch that we had packed and watch the local entertainment. After lunch, we detoured over to the otherworldly Mammoth Hot Springs to get a quick look around. This is also home to some of the park's oldest infrastructure. The upper terrace drive allows you to get a closer look at some of those formations without having to leave your bike in a faraway parking lot. After a couple more stops to look around, we rolled into West Yellowstone and checked into the Terra Nova Cabins, a literal oasis right on Hebgen Lake, just a short drive from town. I think it should be required if you go to West Yellowstone that you should visit the Museum of the Yellowstone and the AZA accredited Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center. Luckily, we got to the Discovery Center right at feeding time, so we got to watch the bears dig around to get their meal. But also, look at this otter show off. This might be the highlight for me. We ended an absolute bucket list day at Bullwinkle's Italian Steakhouse for a delicious dinner. Definitely save this on your map. We woke up to a big storm sitting over West Yellowstone, but a little morning drizzle did not slow us down. We went back into town for breakfast at the Book Peddler, the cutest little bookstore cafe, and wandered around town for a bit. While we were walking around, though, a massive hailstorm rolled in and left our bikes covered in so much hail they looked like they had been snowed on. We took that as our sign to move on, so we rode into Bozeman to exchange moody skies for some city time. Highway 191 is a scenic drive connecting West Yellowstone to Bozeman that offers views of the Gallatin River and the surrounding mountains, and when the weather is good, it is gorgeous. Bozeman's historic downtown is packed with everything from fine dining, sporting goods, art galleries, and boutiques. And after a few days in the woods, it was nice to be back in a big city so that we could restock stuff that we needed that we couldn't find anywhere else. I also never pass through town without a mandatory stop at my favorite tea spot, Steep Mountain Tea. They make my favorite backcountry chai that I drink at camp, and I needed a new bag. For a quick lunch, we stopped at the Farmer's Daughters, which was absolutely delicious.
Next, we stopped at the Museum of the Rockies, one of the world's premier dinosaur museums. Besides the iconic T-Rex fossils and dino exhibit, this summer they have a frog display and a couple of exhibits dedicated to Montana history. And there's a living history farm outside.
We wrapped up an amazing day with dinner at the Little Star Diner, a fancy farm-to-table restaurant. Their menu was color-coded to indicate which ingredients came from where nearby. It was a little expensive, but I would happily pay it again to experience that food. It was amazing. To balance it out, we stayed at the budget-friendly Bozeman Ranch Hotel, which is within walking distance of everything happening downtown. Nothing fancy, but had clean rooms and gave us a good base to explore. If you're interested in learning more, check out visityellowstonecountry.com, and I have also made a little interactive map for y'all with some of my favorite places in the area that I will leave down in the description for you.